Welcome to another episode of PMP Mastery Series. Today we are going to discuss cost, how cost baseline is going to create. We have discussed so far agile, scrum, stakeholder, communication, team, risk, quality, procurement, scope, schedule. Today is cost. We are reaching to the end of this series. If you are watching this video for the first time, here is a link of the entire mastery series. Go there, watch it. This is in the sequence, and the most important topics are agile, scrum, stakeholder, communication, team. I would recommend first watch those videos, then come to this one. And if you are for the first time here, please do like it, subscribe it so that you don't miss anything. And of course, click the bell icon so that the content I put, you will always get those content as the first thing. Okay, in order to understand cost, let's go and discuss scope. You see, in order to make a scope baseline, we collected the requirement using a requirement management plan. Once we have collected the requirement in requirement traceability metrics and requirement documentation, using scope management plan, we put the filter and we got project scope statement. Using WBS, we got WBS dictionary, project scope statement, code of account, things of those nature. Once it got approved, we get scope baseline. Using schedule management plan, we divided the work package, which was the smallest thing in the WBS. Further, we got activity list, attributes, milestone list. We looked at the dependencies in the activities. Once we know the dependencies, relationship between those activities, and they were crystal clear to us, we used precedence diagramming method, that is network diagram, and we made project schedule network diagram. Using critical path method, we made schedule baseline. We discussed schedule compression, how the schedule can be decreased, and resource optimization techniques. Now we will use, of course, cost management plan. Cost management plan will talk about, of course, which currency you are going to use. Are you going to use dollar, dirham, euro, whatever? For example, if you want to join my program, which is starting on 19th of April, can you see that? If you can see it, please put in the chat box. I can see it or cannot see it. So that is $699. I am now in US, but first I was in Pakistan. Then I was for 4 years in Dubai. Even I was in Pakistan or in Dubai, I was charging in dollars because I decided that I want to become an international trainer when the COVID hit. So I started charging the international currency. So the currency you are going to use, that will be put into that. How your cost plan will look like, how your methodology will be. Like for my programs, like we have a fixed price program, right? We have a fixed price program. There is no discount, no offer whatsoever, right? We don't do that. It's a fixed price program when it comes to the cost program. So that is mentioned in our cost management plan. Then if we talk about PMP, how the funding you are going to have, how you are going to make financing of the project. Is it going to be self-financing? Is it going to be financing in the project? That will be mentioned in the cost management plan. In addition to that, like initially we have rough order of magnitude. Like our tolerance is very high. It can go up to -75 plus 150. Like let's say your project budget is 1 million approximately, but it can go up to maybe 25 or 50,000, or it can go up to 2 million or something like that. That's just a rough order. As you move forward, you could have your definite estimate. -5 plus minus, it can go up to -5, 95, 9,50,000, or it can go to 1.1 million. So as you move forward, you have a definite estimates. What is your rough order of magnitude? What is your definite estimate? It is mentioned in the cost management plan. In addition to that, we also put funding limit reconciliation. It's a very beautiful concept. Funding limit reconciliation. Right? Funding limit reconciliation work in this way. You see, I will never give the entire money. I will never give the entire money to basically supplier in one go. What I will do, I will set milestones, right? Once you achieve this, like I will give some money. Once you achieve this milestone, I'll give more money. This milestone, I'll give more money. This milestone, I'll give more money. I'll check the milestone, is it okay, then I'll give the money. This is called funding limit reconciliation. That's how the entire world actually work. We don't give the entire money in one go, we check into that and then we provide that thing. Then once these things are done, we use same estimation technique, analogous estimation, parametric estimation, 3-point estimation and bottom-up estimation to calculate the cost of each activity. Put it in the chat box, the difference between analogous and parametric. And this is the first question. Second question, put in the chat box wherever you are watching, put it that how bottom up is different from analogous. Third question, which is the most accurate one? Fourth question, what is PERT? These are important questions, you should know them. Put in the comment, I will interact with you. I'll see are you answering right or wrong. Looking forward to that. Okay, this is, once you know that, now we have estimate activity cost of each activity. We will also estimate contingency reserves. Contingency reserves in the terms of money, in the terms of schedule, is the money set aside for the identified risk. Identified risk. Your cost baseline is basically cost of activities, all of it, plus their contingency reserves. All activities, their cost, plus each activity contingency reserve, contingency reserve, contingency reserves. We already know that, discuss that work breakdown structure works in this way, right? We divide it and then we get activities, etc., etc. So if I add these activities, I will get the work package. So basically, how does the cost baseline is calculated? You get activity cost, right, plus contingency reserves. Activity cost, you get the activity cost plus the contingency reserves. That becomes your work package. Work package plus contingency reserves, if you add, it become control account. All control accounts, when you add them, that become cost baseline. Right? Now, a very important thing. This is cost baseline. That is cost of all activities plus contingency reserves. It does not include for unidentified risk. The cost baseline does not have anything for unidentified risk. So what if an unidentified risk occurs? Your management normally put money aside and team does not know about it. Project manager sometimes also does not know about it. That is called management reserves. That is not the part of the cost baseline. So if you want to access the management reserve, you need to raise a change request. That is kind of a compulsory. Okay. So cost baseline plus management reserve, that becomes project budget. To access the management reserve, you need to raise the change request. So we got a cost baseline. So we have made the cost management plan. We discussed funding limit reconciliation, financing. These are the concepts that are used in the cost topic. Now we will discuss one of the most important concepts. How do we measure, where do we stand in cost wise as well as schedule wise? It is called as earned value analysis, right? The formula questions. Earned value analysis. Okay. So I'll try to explain in the most simplest form. Let's say we will be using it here date. So today is like I guess 4. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. Here I'm going to put dollars. Now, let's say you are doing something, you are attending a module or you are making a building. The building is of 15 floor. Okay. And today plan was by 4th, you were supposed, your plan was to complete total building floor of 15. Your plan was to complete till 4th floor. Okay. So that becomes your planned value. I say each floor is $1,000. So the entire thing will be $15,000. So today, the work planned till today. The building is, let's say, 15 floors. Okay, I'm saying each floor is $1,000. Total become $15,000. The total budget is called budget at completion. That becomes $15,000. Planned thing till today is called planned value. Planned work till today is called planned value. This thing. What you actually did. By fourth, how many you did? Let's say you completed, I put it 100 here. If this is 400, I said 400, right? 4/4, the fourth done. Let's say we completed till 3. We did less work. This is whatever the work is. Whatever the work you completed, that is called earned value. That is called earned value. One more time, total work that you planned, it was total floor were 15. Each floor is equal to 1000. You planned till today was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You planned it 4. Okay, you did 1, 2, 3. That is your earned value. The difference between planned and earned. What was planned? This is called schedule variance. The difference is called schedule variance. Earned value minus planned value. This is called schedule variance. Okay. If schedule variance is equal to 0, right? We are on schedule. We are on schedule. If schedule variance is negative, we are behind schedule. Calculate the schedule variance for this one. We are behind schedule. And if earned value is more than it, we are ahead of schedule. This is schedule variance. You see, most of the software does not show properly minus sign. So instead of minus, we use division. Schedule performance index. The word is schedule performance index. Earned value divided by planned value. We get earned value divided by planned value. So if your SPI is 1, we are on schedule. If it is less than 1, we are behind schedule. Greater than 1, we are ahead of schedule. So your schedule performance indices work in this way. Now the next one is, in order to complete the work that you have completed. So for example, here we built 3 floors as of now. How much actual cost you spent? How much actual cost you spent? So let's say your plan was 4,000, you did 3,000, you may spend 2,500, or for easiness I'm saying we spent 3,500. So that become actual cost. Your cost variance become earned value minus actual cost. Earned value minus actual cost. If is equal to 0, you are on budget, right? If it is positive, you are under budget, within the budget. If it is negative, you are over budget. Over, under, within budget. Similarly, just like that, we also use for cost performance index, CPI. Instead of cost variance, we use cost performance index. Equal to 1 on budget, less than 1 over budget, greater than 1 under budget. Is it clear so far? I want to know. Put in the chat box. Is it clear so far? Okay. So we have cost performance index. We have this. Now, you see, total budget. We said that total budget was budget at completion. So that was 15 floors in this case, or $15,000. So that is called budget at completion. Most of the time, your budget does not remain relevant. You need to have new budget. That new budget is called estimate at completion. Estimate at completion. Estimate at completion is calculated. The money you have already spent, that is gone, of course. Estimate to complete. So estimate at completion become actual cost plus estimate to complete. There is another formula to calculate estimate at completion, and if the exam asks, you are going to use that formula. Estimate at completion is equal to budget at completion divided by CPI. This formula. If the exam asks you to calculate EAC, we will use this formula. So these are the most important things when it comes to earned value analysis. Sometimes management says that okay, SPI CPI is good, will we be able to complete the work within the budget? What they are asking to complete performance index, TCPI. TCPI they are asking. So how do we calculate TCPI? For TCPI, the formula is work remaining over fund remaining, right? So here, what is the work remaining? This line. If I use blue marker, do I have another marker? Yeah, I do have small one. This is your work remaining. Total work is budget at completion. EV is the done. So budget at completion minus earned value. That is your work remaining. What about the fund remaining? Now that's a critical concept. Fund remaining depends on two things. Are you using budget at completion? Means if your CPI is 1, we will use BAC. But if your CPI is greater than 1, still we will use BAC. But if your CPI is changed, if the question says the CPI is not relevant, then you will use total EAC minus actual cost, TCPI. To complete performance index, put in the chat box if TCPI is greater than 1, is it a good thing or a bad thing? I give you 5 seconds. Okay. You see, if TCPI is greater than 1, what does that mean? Work is more, fund is less. Greater than 1 is a bad thing. Less than 1 is a good thing. I like to say that TCPI is reverse of CPI, cost performance index. So these are all the earned value questions you need to do. Now, before we end this class, I want you to use the formula that we use. Consider that there are 15 floor. Today is day 4. Each day we are supposed to complete 1, right? We have done till now 3 and we have spent 3,500. Calculate TCPI, budget at completion, EAC, SPI, CPI and put in the comment. Or you can send me an email, I can review it. If you can solve this question, any question that comes from the cost topic, you will be able to get it done. So this is everything you need to know about the cost baseline, the cost topic. So now 2 or 3 topics left for the next mastery series. Guys, if you still haven't subscribed, please do subscribe it so that you don't miss those content. Put in the comment box after subscribing as well. And if you haven't taken that training, my next program is starting on 19th of April. Every single thing that you need to pass in the PMP, I'll provide you. And of course, we have 162 PMP as of today. As I am recording it on 5th of April. Tomorrow is PMP Marathon, 6th April. So we have 162 PMPs. 2 students have exam tomorrow. 99% success rate. We are reaching 1500 PMP in last 4 years. You can also become the next PMP. You don't have to read any kind of book in my program. But if you want to read the book, this book, The Pathway to PMP, is specifically written for those people who want to read the book and they want to read an easy book, but it should have everything. You see, even it has burn up, burn down chart in it. Right? I don't know you can see it or not. Right? So every single thing is in this book. It has been written in the way I speak. If you like how I speak and you want to learn this book is available at Amazon. And if you want the PDF format, that is also available. Just go to my website. It's like $10 the PDF format. I'll give it to you. Thank you very much for watching. And if you have any question, feel free to reach me out. Loved sharing knowledge with you. Become PMP, and if you do, let me know. Would love to record your journey. Bye bye.